So I just came back from seeing Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and here's my review. So right off the bat, I want to say this is a spoiler-free review. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you're totally safe. I won't go into any spoilers, because I personally hate spoilers, and I hate movies being spoiled for me, so I don't want that to happen to any of you. So Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is a movie about Jyn Erso, played by Felicity Jones. And I have to say, she did a really good job in this movie. I really liked her performance. In this movie, she is sent on a mission to retrieve the plans for the Death Star. And along the way, some other characters join her, and together they try to retrieve the plans. Yeah, a lot of characters were really cool in this movie, even though you don't really get to know all that much about them. But yeah, one of the new additions is a robot called K2SO, and he was really funny. He's kinda like Rogue One's counterpart to C-3PO, but they are very different in personality and physical capabilities, because K2SO was also involved in some of the action in the movie, and C-3PO didn't really do any of that. But yeah, K2SO was definitely the funniest character in the movie. The only character I didn't really care for was Diego Luna's character. I just didn't really care about him. I don't know. I mean, I guess it was a pretty good performance, but the character was just uninteresting and kind of generic. I thought all the other characters were way cooler. But yeah, speaking of cool characters, Forrest Whitaker's character was really cool in this movie. Some people complain about his voice, but I don't mind it, and I actually thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, his coolest line from the trailer actually isn't in the movie, which I was kind of bummed out about. It's the, "What will you become?" from the trailer.
What will you become?
But yeah, in this movie, you get to see the Death Star in action, and when this thing fires, man, it is not good, man. You really see what the Death Star can do, and it is, man, when that thing hits, my god, you gotta get out of there, because it is bad news, man. But yeah, that leads really nicely into my next point, that, you know, the CGI was incredible. Everything looked pretty much flawless. You know, the scenery and the robots, you know, the AT-ATs and the Imperial Walkers, you know, and all the explosions and gun battles and all that stuff, all the space battles, everything looked really good. And it blended in very well with the rest of the movie and with the humans and all that stuff. One of the best parts about this movie are the action sequences. The action sequences were really cool. All the hand-to-hand combat scenes were all shot with wide shots, so no shaky cam stuff. And I'm a big fan of, you know, wide shot action scenes, because you can see what they're doing, and to me that is way cooler than those, you know, close-up shaky cam stuff that nobody likes. Especially Donnie Yen's character had some really cool fight scenes. And there's some really cool space battles in this movie too. I mean, those are some of the best I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. And it all looked amazing. You know, the CGI was almost flawless. It just looked so good. The music was also really good. It was a perfect mix of original and existing Star Wars music. Yeah, it had some of the classic themes in there at just the right times, and the goosebumps were real. There are also a few references and appearances by original Star Wars characters, and I got goosebumps when it happened. You know, somehow these Star Wars movies always know how to make epic goosebumps moments. I have a lot of goosebumps when I watch The Force Awakens, and I actually had quite a few now. I don't know how they do it. Maybe it's a combination of epic characters and epic music, but yeah, it's always really cool. Speaking of goosebumps, Darth Vader. Yeah, Darth Vader is in this movie, and he is a total badass. When I watched the original Star Wars trilogy, my favorite character was Darth Vader. I mean, yeah, I thought he was the most intriguing and most badass character in those movies, and he is back, and he is badass. Yeah, there's one scene towards the end, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I won't spoil it. It is amazing. Yeah, easily the best scene in the movie for me. But yeah, Darth Vader isn't in the movie that much, so if you go into the movie expecting that Darth Vader is gonna be a big part of the movie, then you'll be a little disappointed, because he's only in a few scenes. But the scenes that he's in, he is a total badass, and he completely steals all the scenes that he's in. But yeah, overall, I really like this movie. You know, throughout the movie, it got increasingly better. Yeah, some parts were a bit slow. You know, the beginning was a little slow, you know, setting up the characters, setting up the story and stuff like that. And towards the middle, there were some parts that were a little bit slow. But in the end, I really enjoyed this movie. And the third act is amazing. It's really cool. You will not be disappointed. It is an all-out war between the Empire and the Rebellion, and it is awesome. You know, aside from a few flaws with some characters not really being fleshed out all that much, and me not really caring about Diego Luna's character, and some of the slow parts in the beginning and middle of the movie, I still really like this movie, and I hope you go see it too, because it is really cool. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's a must-see, obviously. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a Star Wars fan. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I really like the movies. You know, with Force Awakens and Rogue One, I'm really starting to like these movies more and more, and I'm really excited to see what they have cooked up for us for the future. So yeah, that was my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What did you guys think about the movie? Did you like it? Are you gonna go see it? You really should, because it's awesome. Leave all your thoughts and opinions down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Please check out my previous videos. I talked about the War for the Planet of the Apes movie trailer, and I talked about the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, so I'll put those links down below. I hope you check it out. I also have an Instagram now, so if you want to follow me on there, my name is just Unobsolete Productions, just like my YouTube name. Yeah, I try to post at least one picture a day. I'm gonna post some pictures on there of the stuff that I'm working on, and some other random movie and superhero stuff. So if you want to follow me on there, I'll put a link in the description below. I hope you check it out. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.